Nurses are, as a profession, tasked with the advancement of nursing practice and are continually finding innovative and effective ways to communicate with their clients and fellow professionals. It is not surprising that with the rise of social media, nurses have adopted this medium into their toolbox of nursing tricks. So the question is, what is social media? What are the implications of using it, and why does it matter? I will help to answer these questions with this presentation. The term social media is a catch-all phrase that is interpreted in a variety of ways according to the socialmediaguide.com. It is defined as a user-generated content that is shared over the internet via technologies that promote engagement, sharing, and collaboration. Jungolongo.com calls it word of mouth on steroids. There are several types of social media. There's collaborative. We all know Wikipedia. There are blogs or microblogs such as Twitter, or as you all will probably know, Google Blogger. Yahoo also has a blog site. Multimedia communities such as YouTube, Flickr, or social networking sites like Facebook, allnurses.com, Sermo for physicians, LinkedIn for other professionals as well. One quick search of the internet will find you any type of online community that matches your interest. Recent studies show that an estimated number of Facebook subscribers worldwide as of September 2012 was over 937 million. So, and the same site also estimates that the growth of subscriber numbers is about 12% per year and rising. One marketing survey shows that there will be an estimated number of greater than 137 million smartphone users by the end of 2013. With the increased number of smartphone users, this would mean increased ways to access social networking sites via their phone. So, with increased opportunities to communicate with patients and other professionals, this should be seen, social media can be seen as a boon. And this also allows increased access and equity to healthcare information and services. Important information for patients in remote communities or who are otherwise unable to reach their providers due to immobility or infirmity of some sort. The concept of closing the gap was the theme of the International Nurses Day for both 2000 and 2012, and I believe it will be for 2013 as well. Social media also can promote online dialogue and communication of ideas, theories, and it also promotes professional development of healthcare professionals. Keeping abreast of the most current research can be easily done with the use of a smartphone app or a quick internet search. Two-way communication is affected and not defined by geography or location, which also increases availability. So, even with the obvious advantages of social networking and media, as with everything, there has to be and is a flip side. So use of social media in a professional setting is not an exception. Social media can be considered a bane versus a boon. Some reasons could be a potential breach of confidentiality. Healthcare professionals have an ethical and legal responsibility to maintain patient confidentiality, and it is indeed prescribed in the Nursing Code of Ethics. Potential damage to reputation due to online conduct. For example, comments in a private setting could damage the professional image of a practitioner, whether it's done because the practitioner is talking about a party they've attended, or maybe they're talking about other fellow practitioners while on the job. So it could damage others' reputations, damage your own reputation, and if if patients have access to your settings, you can also damage it by crossing those boundaries, which is the next point, which is erosion of practitioner-patient boundaries. So what are the ethical or legal implications? Well, complaints to State Board of Nursing or even loss of license. A recent survey did indicate that 33 out of the 46 state boards that responded received complaints regarding inappropriate posting or private information on social networking sites. In some cases, this led to loss of employment, or in the case of a nursing student referenced, In one article, she actually was kicked out of the nursing program. This also could lead to termination of employment or reprimand. Um, Nurses are charged with maintaining a professional image and posting images containing alcohol use, which we all, some people do when they're on their own. Racially toned language, or even foul language, can be considered a breach in the code of conduct of nursing. And of course, against facility policy. Civil lawsuits for defamation. This could be either by patients, it could be by co-workers, it could be by anybody in the community, maybe other organizations or things like that. Loss of potential employment. Employers do routinely search social networking sites, the backgrounds of potential employees. Whether this is ethical on their part or not is not in debate. It is done. So what you post is out there for the public to see. So here are some important questions to ask yourself to see if you're falling within the guidelines. Have you ever performed an internet search on yourself? Are you satisfied with the results? Did you find some things that you might be embarrassed that others could see? And this applies to any board that you've ever posted to in your entire life. Posted information or images of a patient or teammate, whether you can see the face, whether you can't. If there's any kind of identifiable information, it can be connected to the patient or teammate. Have you ever accepted a friend request from a patient or a teammate? Again, that leaves yourself open to access to your private profiles. Have you ever posted any pictures of yourself in a social setting that you may or not want patients or coworkers to see you in? Have you ever liked or become fans of groups or pages that subscribe to racist, sexist, or derogatory subject matter? All of these things can be seen with access to your public profiles. And most importantly, have you ever checked your privacy settings? Every online forum, every social site has settings that you can change to make more stringent. You can separate groups, even set up a new site depending on whether it's professional or private. So here are some best practice guidelines to protect your patients. Maintain privacy and confidentiality at all times. Well, how do you do that? Do not ever take photographs or videos of patients on personal devices. We all carry our phones. We're all tempted to take pictures of something that's funny. Maybe we have a patient that we really care for and we want to, I really want to remember you. You were so sweet. But no, don't ever do that. Do not reference patients in an identifiable way. The grumpy dude in bed 9. In any social media setting, blog, tweet, post, etc. If you do have to reference a patient, perhaps in a clinical way, change the situation around, change the name completely, change the room number, change the physical description, leaving only certain parts the same. Protect yourself. Rule of thumb. Would you post this on the company bulletin board? Would you take this photograph picture and slap it right in the middle of the break room for everybody to see? If not, then you shouldn't be posting it online. Maintain clear and professional boundaries with yourself and patients. They see you as a professional and they need to see you as a professional to maintain that bond of trust and build that rapport with you. Do not accept friend requests from patients, ever. Again, that goes back to maintaining clear and professional boundaries. Do not post to social media sites while on duty. This usually could be, first of all, if you're posting during your workday, then you're not focusing on your patients where you need to be. There have been instances where employees have been fired due to this, because during a med pass, for example, don't post if you've called in sick. If you're sick, you shouldn't be posting on a website. All of these things, just be very careful and think it through before you do it. Prevent friends from being able to post on your wall by customizing your settings. Sometimes friends don't always follow the same guidelines that you do, and they might not understand, the situation that they put you in. Hey dude, remember, last night was awesome, or whatever it is. It's not things that you want to have on there. Never ever discuss work-related issues online. Sometimes, and I mentioned this before, it might be possible to create separate accounts for both professional and private communication so that you can keep them separate. there are some tools that are available. For nursing guidelines, the best practice would be to go to the American Nursing Association. They have a social networking toolkit that can give you a breakdown of all of your guidelines. You know, what is appropriate, what is not appropriate. Even hints down to different forums that you post in. There's a website that has a listing of all of the social media policies for many, many different corporations or government agencies, and I've listed the website here. Most importantly, you would want to check your facility's social media policies, because those are going to be the most pertinent in protecting your job. So I hope that this has answered some of the questions related to social media, and if you have any questions, just give me a call.